This episode of Destructoid is brought to you by Dead Space 2, in stores now.
Coming up on Destructoid, Sony shows off Infamous 2. If you like puppets and you own a Kinect, we've got good news. And if you're only here for Elder Scrolls, jump forward right now to 6 minutes and 18 seconds into the video. Psych, watch our show. All this and more coming up on Destructoid.
Welcome, everybody, to Destructoid. I'm Tara Long.
And I'm Max Scoville. Hey, Tara, look at my mug. It's better than yours ever was.
I can't wait until the next charity live stream we do, Max, so that I can smash your mug for money and then watch you retreat into your room and cry for 30 minutes.
Please don't. It's a very rare collectible. By the way, our Charity Water live stream is still going for another day. It ends, when does it end?
Tomorrow at midnight.
Tomorrow midnight. So you should do that. If you donate $20 or more, I'm still making drawings of people's usernames. If you want to do that, just email me at max@destructoid after making your donation. And be sure to include your real name, your username, and your mailing address, and I will send you something cool in the mail. That's a drawing of a picture. Oh yeah, at Christopher Nelson, I still have the terrible drawing that Tara did, so tell me your address and I can mail it to you.
We also want to give a special thanks to John Paduch, who donated a grand total of $743.80. I forgot to mention his name on Monday's show. I'm sorry about that, but we really do appreciate it. You are awesome. And
77
that is
for the
Pooch
win.
77, so he's got a drawing on the way.
You own like 40 drawings, right?
Yeah.
It's not really how it
Get to work,
works.
Max.
Well, hey, it's time for the news. The fine folks over at Twisted Pixel have unveiled their latest project, and it looks pretty crazy. The Gunstringer is an Xbox 360 game designed specifically for use with a Kinect. You play as a Mexican gunslinger who's also a marionette. And if you're familiar with the Twisted Pixel's other games like Maw, Splosion Man, and Comic Jumper, this isn't really that weird for them. But I'm going to call it now. I think Mexican gunslingers are going to be this year's pirates. Between Gunstringer and that Rango movie with Johnny Depp as a chameleon, I think that ponchos and bandoliers are going to be totally in.
I agree. And hey, speaking of Kinect, something's coming to Kinect. Maybe, probably. It was recently reported that around June of last year, Microsoft purchased the domain ConnectHalo.com, pretty much revealing that a Halo Kinect title is in the works. I have to wonder if this is going to be one of those Kinect control hybrid games, because other than that, I have no idea how it's going to work. How do you move?
That's very exciting. I think we've got enough news for the 360 fanboys. Let's switch it to the players of stations. Yesterday, Sony's British Fantastic Fabulous Festival of Press Releases, or PlayStation Experience meeting, a trailer was released for Infamous 2. And the trailer is kind of a cutscene in the comic book style of the first game, but there were also some screenshots that got shown off. And they are cool because they have explosions and some conversations and some midriff. And it looks like the morality system for the first game will make a return, but most importantly, Cole's new voice makes him sound like Martin Sheen eating a bag of fiberglass insulation.
I got the feeling maybe I'd overdone it a little.
How do you come up with these things?
I am drinking out of Boba Fett's head.
That's ever clear, isn't it?
You got a light? I'll breathe fire.
Let's do that after the show. And while we're on the topic of Sony, here's an announcement. If you're wondering whether or not you're the only one who's been having trouble with the PS3's latest firmware update, then you can rest easy, because it's not just you. The PS3 Firmware Update 3.56 was released last week, and since then a whole bunch of users have already reported that the update rendered them unable to update their hard disk drives. This obviously is not the first time PS3's firmware has caused problems for people, but Sony would like you all to know that they're working on the problem and will be releasing a fix for it very soon. Heard that one before.
Did you say hard disk drives again?
Hard disk drives.
That's probably.
Did your disk drive just get hard?
Let's take a moment to talk about our sponsors.
Christ. Let's do that. If you guys aren't familiar with Dead Space 2 already, then clearly you don't pay attention to our show, and they're probably just here for your boobs, Max. The sequel to Visceral's survival horror blockbuster, Isaac Clarke awakens on the massive space city, the Sprawl, to find himself the lone survivor facing a horrific alien infestation. Equipped with a new arsenal of tools to dismember the necromorphs, including the amazing foam finger gun if you beat the game on hardcore difficulty, Isaac must face the challenge head-on. You can even fire up Isaac's suit boosters to rock around in zero gravity like never before. Explore the depths of the sprawl and encounter new weightless combat and physics-based puzzles with full 360-degree movement. And for the first time, you can experience the horror with others. Fight in skirmishes around the sprawl and strategically dismember your friends in brand new online multiplayer. And word to the wise, if you're playing with Max Scoville, be sure to ask him to turn his mic down or his girlish screams might shatter your eardrums. Dead Space 2 in stores now. And, oh, what's this? It appears we've just gotten word from our field correspondent, Max Scoville, reporting live from our Elder Scrolls watch. Max?
Thank you, Tara. That's right. I'm coming to you from Bethesda Softworks headquarters in Rockford, Maryland, and this is day 87 of Elder Scrolls Watch. We've had breaking news on Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim's new menu system, and according to some documents received by Game Informer magazine, the entire menu system has been redesigned from the last game. Bethesda's Todd Howard explained that the inspiration for the new system was taken from Apple iTunes, and that the interface allows players to sift through their items and spells more easily in a manner similar to that of Coverflow. Additionally, when players look at items in their inventory, they will be shown full 3D models instead of icons like in Oblivion. There's still no word on whether or not players will be able to download hip new pop music tracks to use as spells against enemies, but in this reporter's opinion, there's nothing quite as destructive as the latest single by Fergie. This is Max Scoville reporting live from Rockford, Maryland for Elder Scrolls Watch Day 87. Back to you, Tara.
Thanks, Max, for what may possibly be the most inconsequential news I've heard all day. Moving on to more important things, Sony released a trailer today showing some footage from some of its upcoming titles for the NGP. I hate that I have to call it that, NGP. I just don't like it. Some of the more recognizable titles shown include Little Big Planet, Killzone, Resistance, and Uncharted, which we already knew were coming to the NGP, but it's nice to see some gameplay footage nonetheless. And there also appear to be a lot of new titles coming. The ones shown include Hot Shots Golf Next, which I'm sure our producer Zach Miner is excited about. Gravity Days, Hustle Kings, a rather neat looking pool game. Reality Fighters, where you apparently can play as a character in a banana suit fighting a Trojan warrior. Smart As, Broken, Little Deviants, and Wipeout. So yeah, pretty neat list. Looks like the NGP is already providing some competition for the 3DS.
Oh yeah? You think so?
Yeah.
Well, wait till you hear about this. Shigeru Miyamoto, the Walt Disney of video games, recently stated that, and I quote, "In the interest of adopting new technology for the Super Mario Bros. Tradition, I am now making a new Super Mario Bros. Game for the Nintendo 3DS." Well, no fucking kidding, Miyamoto. You're friggin' Nintendo. In other news, McDonald's will continue to make hamburgers, and I will continue to say swear words. What kind of idiotic, no shit Sherlock kind of news is this?
It's actually kind of exciting. I like Mario.
I also like Mario, actually. I hope that game comes out soon.
That's right. Eat your words, Max Scoville. Before we go, I'd like to make a clarification about a story I did on Monday's show where I showed some pictures from our Minecraft server, but did not realize that that server was not actually the official Destructoid Minecraft server. It was started by Destructoid user Usurer. That's hard. And it's the temporary one that's being used right now while the Destructoid Minecraft server is unfortunately down for maintenance. So my apologies for that. Clarification. Any more news today?
That's about all the news we have.
Wait, Tiger Woods.
Okay, all right. Really?
We have to.
Yes.
Seriously? Okay. Sorry, our producer, who really likes golf, wanted me to talk about how Tiger Woods' PGA Tour 12 not only includes the PGA Masters tournament for the first time in video game history, but also allows players to talk to their caddies for golf advice. Because apparently that's what they do in real golf or something. I don't know. Like I said, our producer wanted to talk us about the thing, but we're not going to talk about it because golf is boring. I said it. Good night, everyone. We love you.
Good night.